Her voice cut through the silence like a blade. "If you can fix that broken generator, I'll kiss you right here, in front of everyone." Gasps rippled across the room. The single dad, hands rough from years of quiet labor, looked at her, then at the machine humming with danger. He said nothing. His silence was louder than her challenge. Before we start today's story, leave a comment below and let us know which city you're watching from. And at the end, don't forget to rate it from 0 to 10. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. The room froze at her words. The CEO's challenge was not just a test of skill, it was a public spectacle. Laughter stirred among her team, their smirks sharp as knives. But he did not laugh. The single father stood there, a shadow of calm dignity, his hands resting on the toolbox that had built a life out of broken steel and broken dreams. They saw a man to mock. What they did not see was the soldier he once had been. Years ago, the desert sun had carved lines into his skin, each scar a memory of battles fought in silence. He had carried brothers on his shoulders when their strength had failed. He had cradled last breaths and folded flags. The world saw grease under his nails now, but in his heart he carried the echoes of comrades whose names were written in stone. When the CEO's words struck him, he heard only the laughter of bystanders, the same laughter he'd known when he came home from war, medals hidden in a drawer, bills stacked on the kitchen table. He had traded a rifle for a wrench, battlefields for a mechanic's shop, all for the sake of a little girl who waited every night for his return. And tonight, that little girl's picture sat tucked inside his wallet, smiling with the missing front tooth she had been so proud to show him. He looked at the generator before him, wires hissing like snakes, sparks ready to bite. He smelled the oil, the burned metal, the air thick with judgment. The CEO's smirk widened. Her team leaned closer, whispering, "He'll fail. He's nothing but a handyman." But he was not nothing. He was silence forged into steel. He knelt before the machine, unhurried. Every move was deliberate, steady, patient, the way he had once disarmed explosives, knowing one wrong wire meant no tomorrow. His hands, though worn, moved with the precision of memory. The crowd's chuckles faded into uneasy quiet. The CEO shifted in her seat. She had wanted humiliation, but instead she was watching discipline. She was watching a man whose silence spoke louder than power. Minutes stretched. The generator roared back to life with a deep, thunderous hum. Lights flickered on across the building, flooding the room with brilliance. No one moved. No one spoke. He wiped his hands on his faded jeans and stood. His eyes met hers. Still, he said nothing. It was then that one of her own team members whispered barely above breath, "This man is more than we'll ever be." The CEO's smirk faltered. In front of her, she had tried to make a man into a joke. Instead, she had revealed him as a quiet giant. And the silence broke, not with laughter, not with scorn, but with the sound of chairs scraping back as her employees rose to their feet. One by one, they stood, not for her, but for him. The CEO swallowed, her lips pressed tight. The kiss she had promised was no longer a taunt, it was irrelevant, for the man before her did not need her validation. He turned, walking away as the hum of the generator echoed like a heartbeat. And as he passed the door, he left behind words that would live longer than her challenge. Respect is burned in silence, not demanded in pride. The team watched him go, their hearts heavy with the weight of truth. The CEO, once towering, now seemed small. Her authority shaken by the quiet dignity of a single father who had chosen silence over spectacle. Outside, he stepped into the night, the cool air carrying the faint scent of rain. He reached into his pocket, touching the picture of his daughter. For her, he had endured. For her, he would keep enduring. The lights behind him burned bright, not because of her command, but because of his quiet strength. In a world that mocks silence, there are still those who carry it like a shield. Men and women whose quiet strength turns humiliation into honor, whose dignity is untouchable. Wherever you're watching from, share your thoughts below. Have you ever seen someone win not by words, but by silent strength? Let us know in the comments. And if this story moved you, subscribe for more tales that honor those who carry unseen battles with unshakable grace.